everyone, my name is Nasreen from the channel Nasreen13, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this cute little leprechaun card using stamps from the Downland craft company. So the stamps I decided to use for today's card are leprechaun themed, and I purchased these from the Downland craft company, and they're actually they are an Irish-based company, but they do ship worldwide. So I got these three little leprechauns. The first one is holding a clover, the second one is sitting in a pot of money, and the third one, which I think is really cute, is a little leprechaun sitting on a cloud with a rainbow in the background. So the card I'm going to use today is actually the one sitting in a little pot of money, and I'm using Bristol board cardboard, and it's very important to use a specific paper in conjunction with what you're going to use to color. So if this was watercolor, you'd use watercolor paper, but I'm going to be using my alcohol markers, so I decided to go with Bristol board because that holds the alcohol markers very well. And I'm cutting these cards down, and they're going to be a front opening card, and you can get 2 cards out of 1 A4 piece of paper, and I'm going to be stamping directly onto the front of the card. It'll be a very simple card just to showcase the stamp, but it's such a pretty stamp that it doesn't need much embellishing. The reason I chose these leprechaun stamps are because there's something different. I mean, everybody has Easter and Christmas and birthday cards, but how many people actually have authentic Irish little leprechaun cards? And yes, they work well for St. Patrick's Day, but I think they're great kind of cards for any occasion that requires a bit of luck. For students doing schoolwork or for moving into a new place or a new job, I think these cards work well for anything, and because I don't adhere to certain holidays, I'm going to just keep these for greeting cards. So I stamped the image that I'm using with Memento Tuxedo black ink, and this is another thing, it's also important to remember what coloring medium you're going to use because it does react with the ink. If I use this Memento Tuxedo black ink and I used watercolor pens or something which is water-based, it would smudge very badly. But the Memento ink is great for alcohol inks because it doesn't smudge at all. And this is the first time I'm ever using the Downland craft stamps, and they're very good quality because they're actually a lot thicker and firmer, and they don't bend so much, and the image that I get when I stamped is perfectly crisp. There's no little dots or anything extra. So I just stamped this image in the middle, and I left a little bit of space at the bottom for a greeting. Now this is just a single stamp, it doesn't come with a greeting, so you can use any greeting that you like in your stash, but I'm just showcasing the stamp today. Now I'm going to speed this up because if you want to watch me do videos where I color in, there are loads of those videos, but this is just to show you what I can do. And I did very minimal shading with this card. I'm using my alcohol markers, but you can use pencil crayons, watercolors, anything that you have, even Crayola markers if that's what you have. But just remember, the ink is very important and it will react with your coloring medium. Now I did not add a lot of embellishment to this card because I wanted to showcase the stamp as is, but I did use a little bit of glitter ink and some gold pens, so with these coins you can really use anything to give them a little bit of sparkle or shine. And the size of the stamp is actually very good. It fits on the smaller cards, and I think this would also be great for a bookmark, or they actually fit perfectly onto ATC size cards. I'm just doing a very simple black pot with my markers, not a lot of shading, just a little bit to show you what I can do. And there's a little cloud at the bottom, and you could build a whole scene from this. I think these stamps are very versatile, and it's something different. I mean, how often do you have something different in your stash? We all kind of go for the generic birthdays and greeting cards, but I think this one is cute and it's different. The Downland Crafts company has loads of stamps on the website, and they're actually, I found them because they're an Irish-based company, and they have like lots of Irish things. So if you have family over in Ireland or you want something a little bit different, they do have sayings and sentiments that are in Irish. They have some lovely variety, all different kinds of things, and you actually can find other crafts as well. I think they do something called pixel art, which I haven't tried yet, but I think looks a lot of fun. And they also do a lot of beads, which is also something I love doing, so that's something fun and different. But definitely have a look at their website. They have a little bit of something for everything, and like I said, they ship internationally, which is wonderful. It's so hard to find people that ship kind of within Ireland, so I think if you're Irish and you find this company, it's really, really handy. Here I'm just colouring in the little leprechaun using like traditional Irish colours, but you could go all out and perhaps give him rainbow stockings or little gold buckles or anything that you like. But I stuck to kind of muted greens and then a brighter green for the shamrock on the front of the cauldron. And with this card, I'm going to keep it very simple, but I am going to do something different. I'm going to use some Distress Oxide ink and go around the edges just to give them a bit of a leprechaun-y glow. But you can do rainbow colors, you can just leave it as is. You can draw more clouds in the background if you like. Actually, I'm thinking of doing a few more cards using this stamp set, so it'll be interesting to see what else we can come up with. Now I'm just colouring in the little coins with a gold jelly roll pen, and it does give it that little bit of extra sparkle. I don't like my cards extremely bulky because when I send them through the mail I don't want them to get destroyed, but I do like them to have some dimension, so that's why I'm using the jelly roll pen, just to give it a little bit of sparkle and shine and make the card pop a little bit. Here I'm just colouring in the cloud and keeping it very, very simple, light blues and greys. Now this is a method that anybody can do. I just took a roll of sellotape and drew a circle, but I will be making it into oval just to fit him inside, and I am partial to ovals. So I'll just cut around this, and I'm going to use this as a mask to dab the ink around. And you can see my little glitter glue in the back. Now I'm using what I have on hand, and right next to me I had some washi tape, so I'm just going to use some washi tape to secure it down. I do recommend securing it down whether with blue tack or something that's very low tack, so that you don't destroy your image underneath. And I recommend doing this afterwards, as you might smudge the green if you're inking in your picture afterwards. Now I'm just dabbing a bit of this green Distress Oxide ink, and I think it's cute because it goes with the card and it picks up the green and it gives him kind of a little green border and centers your card on the page. Because it's such a simple card, I think it makes it pop a little bit more and just adds another element. As for the sentiment for this card, I just chose something that I had on hand and I stamped it with green so that it corresponds with the rest of the card, and I just kept it in this a simple kind of greeting, thinking of you in the middle of the card. But you can use anything. You can use happy birthday, good luck, anything you like. And I'm using some green ink just so it brings it all together. Now I'm just using a little bit of glitter and adding a bit of sparkle around, and it is a bit hard to control, but I suppose when it dries it all just looks like little glittery flecks around the leprechaun, and it kind of gives it another dimension. Another thing I did to kind of balance the card a bit was using a green marker, and I just went around the edges, and this just gives it a bit of border and kind of stabilizes the card a bit, just adds a little bit of extra something. And after this you're ready to go. You can add as much or as little embellishment as you like, but there you go. There's the Leprechaun card using stamps from the Downland Crafts company. I hope you enjoyed it. All the links to the company will be in the description below, and I'll see you in my next video.